Welcome to More Based Off, where reactions are based on facts, commentary is based on experience, and every opinion is rooted in real talk. If you enjoy honest conversations, hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Good morning, Hollywood besties. This is Alan Thompson with More Based Off. Beautiful morning, beautiful morning. Let's talk about Feisty. Oh my God. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So of course she made a reappearance on the channel. Supposedly, you know, it wasn't planned. Supposedly they already had these this makeover with tragedy planned, um, which supposedly had nothing to do with Marcus. So he dropped like 3 videos, um, and they were long. I mean, each video was like almost an hour. I'm like, what in the world? He's never dropped videos that have been that long. I'm like, but apparently, since he thinks this might be the end of an era, I think that's the reasoning behind why he's possibly dropping these super long videos now. So, anyways, let's get into it though. With Feisty, um, same old, same old. Just a lot of talking, um, and a lot of talking. She's headed to Texas now. Initially it seemed as though she was getting, not getting married. That's another topic that we'll touch on. But initially it seemed as though she was moving to Texas, and then it later comes out, well, no, I'm only going for a week. And it's from some guy, I guess, from another channel that invited her out there to be her content manager or something. Which again, it's like, content manager of what? Everything is so all over the place. It's just like, it's just crazy. You think about all of this, and you're like, why would anyone be thinking that they could be a content manager of the type of foolishness um, that she's on most of the time? But anyway, it is what it is. I guess we've all learned we can't make sense of any of this stuff. So, but it goes on to her confrontation with Marcus. Marcus asked her to step out of Wanda's salon so they can talk. And they kind of have this heated exchange, and express their alts with each other. And, what I will say is that the thing that Marcus has to consider in all of this is his responsibility of what he's caused in all of this. And Hotel Roosevelt, it's a very historic hotel. And he has to consider, his part in all of this. It's like Marcus created these monsters, so especially Feisty. He created that monster for sure. And I think this is the time for him to just take responsibility for his role in all of this mess. And so Feisty was upset because she was reaching out to him while he was in Cancun. He didn't answer his phone, or he couldn't respond in the way that she wanted him to. But again, this is why you don't become friends with your employees, since he does call them his employees and he hires and fires. You don't become friends with employees, and that's the problem. And you don't sleep with your employees. And, he sleeps with all of his employees. So the lines are blurred. And then you want to say, well, you're with family, your family comes first, but they haven't been coming first, because clearly your work has been coming first, and these people on your channel have come first. So of course they're going to expect you to respond immediately when you reach out, because that's what they're accustomed to. When he's in Atlanta, the minute they call, he comes running. So why would they expect anything different because you're on vacation? That's the expectation that was set by who? By Marcus. So again, it's like Marcus always tries to go around what the real issue is and his part in all of this, and like I said, the monster that he created. You created this monster we call Feisty. It's like when she first came on the channel, she was this little soft spoken. Well, at least on the first interview, she was somewhat soft spoken, kind of seemingly not really normal because the stories were crazy, but the personality was completely different than what we see now, for sure. You know, and but again, I think it's so funny just to see this all playing out in front of our eyes. It's like, Marcus, you created this machine, this monster. And I think he kind of sees it, and we see it in real time falling apart in front of his face, and how everybody's some seemingly turning against him, but it's because, again, look, you need to own your actions and the part you played in it. And it's like you have certain expectations of people that don't have the ability to be loyal. These people are desperate. They have addictions. You who expects somebody with an addiction to be loyal? The only thing they are loyal to is their addiction. You know. So here we are. Um, and again, it'll be interesting to see. Feisty supposedly is going to Texas, but it'll be interesting to see if that happens. But we heard her say she's going certain places before that doesn't happen. Then it'll be interesting to see now if then Marcus puts her back on the channel, because at this point Marcus is somewhat desperate for content, because now supposedly he paid a $5,000 retainer fee for a lawyer, and he's going to be coming out of some money dealing with all of the legal issues, which yeah, he will. So it's like, while you're busy making all that money, all these previous months doing stuff that you knew you had no business doing, that's the type of things as an adult, a mature adult, that you think of. You think of the end at the beginning. It's like, this might not be a good ending. Let me rethink some of this stuff. Oh, look, just like people have been telling them, all money is not good money. It's good while you making it, but when you not making it, you really not making it once it all comes to a head. So yeah, that's where we're at. Feisty is back with her wig, looking crazy, talking crazy as usual. With her antics, and same old, really. What is there really to say um, regarding Feisty? What is there really to say? Besides the same old. Nothing has changed. And at this point, like Marcus said, is this the end of an era? So to speak. What's going to happen next? You know. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it in the comments. What do y'all think about Feisty and her reappearance? Cicely Tyson. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see more from her? Do you think she's really going to go to Texas? What do you think is next? What do you think about her relationship with Tragedy? That mess, which we know that they're not married. I mean, hello, the heck, if it was only that easy. And yeah, what do y'all think about all this? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. Hey, guess what? I might be going live tonight. What do y'all think? Do y'all think I should go live? I may go live after New Edition. I might go live after Troy. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should go live so we can talk, get acquainted, have a glass of wine? What do y'all think? The channel is coming up, I think, on 2 weeks. What do y'all think? Do you think I need to go live? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. And we will be talking, y'all. It's gonna be more. This is Alan Thompson from sunny Cali, Southern Cali, in Hollywood. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week, Hollywood besties. And we will be talking. Thanks for watching More Based Off. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with someone who would enjoy it too. Your support helps to grow the channel. If you'd like to support the channel even further, my Cash App is on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.